The rain tapped gently against the windows of Grandma's house, a rhythmic lullaby that wrapped the room in warmth and mystery. The scent of cinnamon, aged paper, and something unspoken lingered in the air, stirring a quiet excitement in Lily's chest. She nestled into a velvet armchair, a well-loved storybook open on her lap, but her gaze kept wandering to the tall, shadowy bookshelf in the corner. The flickering firelight cast golden ripples across the dust-coated spines, making the titles shimmer as if the books themselves were alive, whispering secrets only the curious could hear. A sudden thump broke the silence. A book had slipped from the shelf, landing with an eerie finality at Lily's feet. Heart pounding, she bent down to pick it up. The cover was deep blue, etched with golden symbols swirling around the image of an old wooden door. At its center was a tiny golden key. She traced the design with her fingertips, feeling a warmth beneath the surface. Turning the pages, she found hand-drawn maps, faded letters, and stories of children who had discovered hidden doors leading to magical worlds. But one sentence stood out, sending a shiver through her. Some doors can only be found by those who truly believe in magic. "Grandma," she whispered, hurrying to the old woman who sat knitting by the fireplace. "Have you seen this before?" Grandma peered over her glasses, her eyes twinkling. "Ah, that book has been waiting for you." Lily frowned. "Waiting for me?" Instead of answering, Grandma reached into her knitted cardigan and pulled out something small and gleaming, a tiny golden key. It was identical to the one on the book's cover. "Some doors," Grandma said softly, "only open for those who believe." Lily's breath caught. The house seemed to grow quieter, the rain a mere whisper. She took the key, its cool metal sending tingles up her fingers. Somewhere in this house, a secret door was waiting. And she was going to find it. She dashed upstairs, checking behind curtains, under rugs, tapping along the wooden panels of the walls, listening for something, anything, out of place. Just as she was about to give up, her foot struck something solid. She looked down and gasped. A faint outline of a hidden door lay behind the bookshelf. Her hands trembled as she pushed the heavy furniture aside, dust swirling in the air. The door was small, wooden, and ancient, its surface carved with tiny symbols. The doorknob was shaped like a lion's head, and at its center was a keyhole, the perfect size for her golden key. Lily's pulse quickened. She slid the key into the lock. Click! The door creaked open, revealing something impossible. A glowing tunnel stretched before her, bathed in a golden light that shimmered like sunlight dancing on water. A soft breeze curled around her, whispering her name in voices that didn't belong to this world. She hesitated, then stepped forward. The moment her foot crossed the threshold, a warm rush of air wrapped around her, and the world spun. Colors blurred, the sound of distant chimes filled her ears, and the ground vanished beneath her feet. She stumbled as the spinning stopped. She gasped. She stood in an enchanted forest, where trees whispered secrets, rivers sparkled like liquid diamonds, and flowers bloomed in shades no artist had ever painted. Fireflies flitted through the air, glowing in soft hues of violet and gold. A voice, light as a breeze, broke the silence. "Welcome, Lily." She spun around. A tiny fairy with iridescent rainbow wings hovered before her, her delicate form glowing softly. Who are you?" Lily asked in awe. "I'm Alara, guardian of the hidden realm," the fairy said with a kind smile. "And we've been waiting for you." Lily swallowed. "Why me?" Alara landed gently on a low-hanging branch. "Because magic is fading." People have stopped believing, and when belief disappears, so does our world. Before Lily could respond, a deep voice rumbled from the treetops. Bring her to me. Elara nodded and led Lily through the glowing forest, past floating islands and bridges made of light, until they reached a grand castle woven from glass and gold. Inside, perched on an ancient throne, sat a regal owl wearing a crown of silver leaves. His wise eyes studied Lily with an intensity that made her shiver. You are the one we have been waiting for, he said solemnly. If you do not help us, our world will vanish. Lily's heart pounded. How can I help? The Owl King extended his wing, revealing a silver feather. You must complete 3 challenges to restore the magic. Lily's first challenge lay ahead, a bridge made of floating lanterns. Below, an endless abyss stretched into darkness. The lanterns, glowing like captured stars, hovered in midair, forming a path across. She took a deep breath and stepped onto the first lantern. It wobbled, but held. Slowly, she hopped from one to the next, careful with every step. The final lantern nearly tipped beneath her, but she leapt to the other side just in time. A voice echoed through the air. I speak without a mouth, and I hear without ears. I am invisible, but you can call for me. What am I? Lily bit her lip, thinking hard. Then, suddenly, it clicked. An echo. The trees rumbled in approval, parting their branches to reveal the final path. Her last challenge was the hardest. She had to make a wish, but only a pure-hearted wish would restore the magic. Lily closed her eyes. She could wish for anything, but she knew what she had to do. I wish for this world to shine forever. A blinding golden light exploded around her. The earth trembled, the rivers glowed, and the stars above seemed to sing. Elara gasped in awe. You did it, Lily. The Owl King bowed his head. You have saved us. Before Lily could respond, a strange pulling sensation wrapped around her. The world blurred. With a blink, she found herself back in Grandma's attic. The secret door was gone. But in her hand, she still clutched the silver feather. She raced downstairs, breathless. Grandma! It was real. Grandma simply smiled, her eyes twinkling. Magic is real for those who believe. Lily clutched the feather, a quiet smile playing on her lips. She knew the truth now. The magic wasn't gone. It was inside her. And she would never stop believing.